Yep, fire.
Perfect. Our launches are like,
Oh,
yeah. All right, welcome everybody. Oh my gosh, we got like 8 concurrent viewers already. I didn't even tweet this. I'm still bad at this. I didn't even tweet about what pictures I was doing or let anyone know I was painting their stuff over.
you just
Like,
you just fly by the seat of your
yeah, it
pants.
was one of those days where I knew I was going to be really busy, and I got to it, and this I'm so all I've been doing is drawing and that stuff, and I had the stream and I did some work before. The temperature in the house is set to 64 degrees, and I'm in a room where it's the coldest room in the house. I close the door and I close the vent, so there's like no heat coming in. So it's probably below 60. I was still sweating from my armpits because I was all like anxiety down or whatever, dude. Like not even like whatever, not stress. I was just like, all hyped about, whatever, working and stuff. So I was really like sweating. I'm like, oh God.
It's just Wednesday evening, afternoon excitement.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, it's my therapy session.
Yeah,
Oh, but hey, thanks you
yeah,
guys for making it.
and Ewan
Ewan?
Wilson with his perfect impression of Obi-Wan.
Oh, and Ryan Taylor, who is the one who gifted me some awesome stuff for Hobby Vices. So thank you very much. It's nice to say thank you. He's the one who got, yep, show him the legs, Lee. Show him your legs. Show him your legs. Yeah, wait, we're gonna zoom in for this. I gotta do a zoom in. Hang on. There we go. Bam, bam. Yeah. And I'm gonna have my own legs very soon.
Yeah, so you've
Look at
got
how
to do
huge that
exactly.
is. I probably will. I'll probably look at yours and then I'll take something off of it because, like, that's a great stride.
That's his.
God, that thing
And
is
with the
massive.
accumulation of bits, I've knocked up a rough warlord
Yeah,
for him.
your bits always look expensive to me. You're like, yeah, he's stepping on this. I'm like, Lee, isn't that like some Titan right there that he's stepping on?
Yeah, somebody actually when I tweeted out the picture, or I think it might be on Instagram, somebody said,
Yeah.
"Did you actually use a whole warlord for
Mm-hmm.
that?" I went, "No, I wouldn't buy a Titan to waste on a base. You just
Yeah.
accumulate so many parts, spare parts,
Yeah.
your obsessive collection."
The-
So yeah,
Do you don't dumpster dive at GW looking for the bad cast offs or anything? Like, that's
you
where
know,
I
what,
find me.
with my network of contacts and
Yeah.
friends, I really should actually take more advantage of things like that. So, like, do you have any like bits you want to throw
Yeah.
away? You want to sort of like donate to basing. Um, so
Where do the dumpsters from GW get emptied at night?
they get immediately incinerated because they can't be escaping into the wild.
They used to, I know here, there was a lot of shops around, I don't know, even in like the 90s and that, and they would have their big industrial dumpsters, and they used to just, when they were stamping metal and everything, they would just throw out tons of that metal into a thing, and you could literally go there and you were fine to like get whatever you wanted. So, and like a lot of times for like around the house and working on stuff, a couple of these places where they would get rid of these really cool pieces of steel and everything that you could make a lot of stuff out of. And of course, they don't do that anymore, but that was the
Yeah,
heyday.
with like GW in particular, like the stores, they do every now and again clear out their old boards, and
Yeah.
sort of dump them in the bins, or if you're lucky enough and you're chummy enough with the manager and all that, you might just be able to pick one up because they basically are told from head office, we want new boards in, so get rid of the
Yeah.
one. So
Oh,
uh,
yeah, yeah. I've heard a couple people that happen too, because they're like, you can only last so long before they, put new ones in the store or whatever. And a lot of those places don't have the room to keep stuff.
oh yeah, definitely. It's yeah, but they say they like to sort of revamp everything every now and again. just get the guys to paint more boards
Yeah.
and just update all
Oh,
the terrain stuff.
yeah, and Happy New Year to everyone and Merry Christmas. Thanks for the joy in the first 2022 stream. I appreciate it. I Ryan Taylor, so he got me. What else do I have? I didn't have any of the he like for hot chocolate. It's like this, and you could tell it's like this exquisite mix because they don't skimp you on like some powder. It's like big chunks of chocolate in there, and then some coffee, some what was that? Was it? Oh, I can't see what that last one was right now. But the chocolates didn't last long. You got me chocolates and I bombed them right away. I couldn't help it. They were really good. And I was like, I gotta do a little like plug for that. I literally looked up, it was I think it was Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, and I looked them up and they weren't on Twitter or else I was gonna tweet them because it was actually really good stuff.
I tweet a picture of you stuffing your face full of chocolate.
Yeah. Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
It's like
about it.
they didn't even make it off the landing craft. It was
No, they didn't. And I opened them that evening, right? And I had stuff, and I was like, it was this cool little box of four, and they're all like fancy, with the descriptions and all that. And so I'm like, okay, I'll have one. I was like, oh, that was really good. It was like, good and sweet, and it's kind of the chocolate I like, and it was not overly sweet, and I was like, well, I'll have one more. I'm like, it was good. It's Christmas. I'll treat myself. And then a little
just
while later, I was like, oh, dude, it is Christmas. So I did one more. And then the next morning, the other one, it didn't even like, I don't even know, it was probably like 7 a.m. I got up and ate that thing.
it's like Mr. Creosote from Monty Python and the Life of Meaning of Life, where he's just like, oh, just one more wafer thin mint, and
Yeah.
you just eat too much and you blow up.
I couldn't
But
believe how big that Titanicus box is. That Titan, when he sent that, I looked at it, I was like, wow, that thing is massive.
yeah, it's not that I'm small; they are large. It's once you get into that to build it, and
Hmm.
I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to take you a good few hours
Oh
to
yeah.
build that beast
Well, and then I'm
because
gonna be staring at everything and like not want, and yeah, I'll get all. It's gonna be fun though, because with me with like mold lines or anything, like okay, let me do this, and that's like an awesome model that I really wanted. So I want to like at least clean up and do what I can and try to zen out with it a little. You know what I mean? I'm like, I want to have like just fun with it, and I do enjoy that aspect of it.
yeah, I would say
So
he's going to leave you with a lot of sort of satisfaction once you get there.
for sure.
And with any sort of project like that, it is the journey which matters the most.
No,
Um,
absolutely. And like seeing you get, I see you assembling them and me, I'm like, I love the action pose and what you can do. And I see what you always do and you make it cool. And then you take a photo from this angle. And I'm like, oh man, it, it does make me want to work on them.
I had somebody on Instagram basically leave them like comment saying like, "Oh, don't forget to the mold lines and stuff like that." And I'm
Hmm.
like, I weren't going to sort of reply or anything like that because like, do you not know how many I've made? So it's a work
Yeah,
improvement. It's not.
no, see, and exactly, that's why I don't care what anyone, even like for paintovers, like that stuff doesn't even matter for paintovers or anything. Like for
Mm,
me, it's more about it's like if you were woodworking and you sanded stuff a lot just because you like sanding. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
literally that kind. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just clean this up and dabble with that, and
just dabble away. That's a
yeah.
hobby at the end of the day. So just have
Yeah,
fun.
no, exactly. That's it. It's kind of like what aspect you enjoy or whatever. God, this was
Yeah,
so
actually be
cool
a
in my
time of
mind. I love this photo and he had it great, and then I start working on it and I'm clueless. Like I kind of see and then I'm like, okay, I would have to fight with this background because it's too much of a photo and it doesn't whatever, but I wanted a reference thing in there because I think the angle looks good and all that, but then it becomes a mishmash of like too much color and everything. So
I'll tell you what, something that just looking at that picture, what I'm actually envisioning is that you're actually looking at these guys through the legs of one player. You just see
Oh
like
yeah.
like that. It's like they're coming towards him. You just see these legs there.
Yeah, you could. I've seen like a that's a good a comic booky one because you could probably have something like leg there or whatever or here.
Maybe a little puddle of piddle.
Yeah, have the feet in there or something. That'd be kind of funny. Like, oh,
Yeah,
his little knock kneed. Yo, Echo, you and thanks for making two streaming it. I streamed earlier. I did
yeah.
so I did this one earlier on Gondor painted uh one of the Mantic
Uh,
giants that I really liked. And I was like, I gotta get that thing done. Had a cool swamp base, and I did that one, and then I gotta do a Titan. Someone submitted one really like late in the day, and I almost did that one too. I because I was all wound up streaming and everything today, I didn't like eat lunch, so then I was getting a headache and didn't drink enough water, so I had to eat a little and drink a little, and I still got a bit of a headache, but I wanted to get these going.
get it on.
Get it on. It's first live stream of the new year.
First live stream, dude.
Yeah.
You got the
Dude,
beer.
so we almost like it's I don't even know how many damn streams, but it's close to like one for every week of the last year because we're on like 46 or 47, but then we did extra ones between us. You know what I mean? So I'm like, in not too long, we'll have be done like for streaming for a year. That's kind of crazy.
Our anniversary is next month.
Oh, that is nuts.
Are you saying you forgot our anniversary?
Yeah, Lee, I forgot our artwork. Is it seriously
Where's my
next month?
flowers?
Wow, time is flying.
Yes.
Gosh, I'm glad this
Back in the
stream doesn't.
days, we were locked in. Um,
Yeah. Billy, thanks for
yes.
checking it out.
It's
Says
Alex War Master, isn't it?
I'm still trying to figure out if the new Citadel handle is good. I don't know. I know a couple people who use them. I don't think we've talked about any of the handles too much. When I end up talking to handles, it's usually on hobby chat with Garfy because he makes the Garfy scripts. Do you ever use a handle, Mars?
I do. I do own two of them
Okay.
uh, because I thought I'd give them a go, and then I thought, oh, they are actually quite useful. Um,
Yeah.
so I have used actually I used them quite recently with I was painting those Blood Bowl orcs
Yeah.
and the old Eldar Harlequin that I did recently. The real sort of
Okay.
jazzed up one, and I was using the grips on them. Obviously, I don't use them for Titans because that's just
Yeah.
well, you got to get your hands on it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like you got standards. Cubs Titans are a
yeah,
little different.
yeah, you
A
can't just
little
hold it
different.
aloof.
Yeah.
You got to
Willy
have it.
nilly. Trust it to some mechanical device. That's not how you
Yeah,
build Titans. You
that's
use your
not the way it's
hands.
done down here.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, I do use them. But as I said, I've only got the one, the two GW ones. Um,
Yep.
so that's all I've really. I know you can get the bigger ones now, but as I said, I've got only Titans that are bigger. So
Oh. That color's kind of cool, and I don't know if I use it that I don't use it that much. I like this muted thing. I just slapped the base color behind them, and it's kind of trippy.
I think actually like something like that, maybe like a bone sort of
Yeah.
look, like bone colorish, aged bone, made that stand out like
Huh.
it's long through. It's
Yeah,
Legio
because that
Mortis' death heads.
okay, because it's got that color. Maybe it's like maybe I do this in almost like a light smoke, like foggy this, so it's very light background. That might actually work.
And be
Oh, and Lee's doing a little assembling.
yeah. So
I
just
like
doing
that.
the rear back powered um, flux generator. Um,
I dig the T-shirt too. That thing's cool.
I was sorting out my t-shirts over Christmas because obviously I accumulate lots of t-shirts, so I was looking for the ones that still fit.
Yeah.
And I thought, I've got to wear
Ooh,
a new
ooh.
t-shirt, new year.
Oh, we got a
So
question. We got a question. Ryan Taylor asked, question for Lee. Where's the best place to start with Titanicus? Best place for info on houses. Ooh, this is the
right,
perfect question for Lee.
yes. So basically, if you're not sort of
Tell
at
wait, tell him the
what,
live stream. This live stream. It's the best place. Now go.
the audio, not just empire.
The worst plugs ever.
Yeah, so if you're after obviously information, it depends if you want to go loyalist or traitor. Because recently this year, last year, they released the Loyalist Legio books, which has all the Loyalist Titan Legios plus all the Loyalist Night Houses as well. So they're really big books. Each sort of house and Legio has a little bit of fluff, background, and then they have their own sort of rules. So there's I think 16 or 17 Titan Legios and about 12 Night Houses, and the same for the Traitor book. So with unless you know of Titan Legios, you think like Legio Mortis or Legio Ignatum, or they've got all the information that you want to get a sort of feel to the Titans and how they sort of fight, so and then they have some characterful rules. The thing to remember, this is my personal opinion, rules aren't the be all and end all. Find a scheme that you like the look of, and then just go with it, because
Yeah.
the rules aren't, because it's quite a balanced game, Titanicus. So the rules will give you a little bit of flavour to your Titan Legio, but they're not going to you're not going to win games based on what rule sets you're using. So they're
Okay,
just
so it's not like a total rock paper scissors type thing
no,
on some of it.
no.
Okay,
It,
yeah.
with Titanicus, it does give it does come down to sort of your movement, luck on the dice rolls, luck when being shot, or positioning sort of thing. So
Yeah.
uh,
See, no, we don't do it easy here, Ryan. This is or simpler. We give you the full in-depth breakdown.
yeah,
Oh, this.
but there's so much. Yeah, if you're on like Facebook, for example, Ryan, there is a very good Facebook group called AT, so it's at 18. So AT18. It's an Adeptus Titanicus group. There's about 8,000 members in there. Most of the sort of like main sort of faces and personalities and people that work for Forge World and Games Workshop are on there. And you get so much sort of inspiration from all the work that people put in there. So, work in progress, and you can normally, get some advice. But obviously, just bear in mind there are like pinned posts on there. So the most commonly asked questions are normally attached to the pin post, because everybody loves
Yeah, to
somebody
come in and
coming and just like ask a real sort of like
noob
a question.
question.
Yeah, because you will get, there are arseholes wherever you go, and you will get some people giving you snarky comments like, "Oh, look at the pin post." But that's the same with any sort of website or group that you go to. So apart from that, most people there are really good. You don't really get a lot of sort of problems in there, and I haven't seen any major sort of flare ups at all. I think there's been like maybe one, and that was to do with 3D printing, because in there they are a bit careful with 3D printing because of connections with Games
Oh
Workshop,
yeah, yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
you're like, yeah, you're talking to people and all that, and then like be doing knockoffs in the next room or something.
yeah,
Like,
so it's yeah, you're just being polite you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, it is quite easy if you want to get into it because like the starter sets are really cool. That they still do. But you get all the rules and you get 4 Titans in it, and it's good value for money. Um, but yeah, there's to save you lots of money. The Legio books are the easiest things to get hold of because they get all the information that you want. Um, the other books are sort of campaigns, so you get lots of different missions and um, sort of stratagems and stuff like that, and some good stories as well because they're telling a tale of a particular you know
Yeah.
series of battles during the heresy. But yeah, just to start off, I would just literally just get one of the Legio books, whichever one you took the fancy, really, and just go from there.
I
If
know.
you're a
I see.
loyalist, you're a loyalist. But
Yeah, I don't know I don't know. I'm gonna be all. Oh, that's right. Because now I'm a Titan. I got one, so I'm gonna have to. That's gonna be pressure filled because I got so many things. Like, I'll take a little into play style. A big one will be the actual color scheme, and then I can't have no chump. Like, what happens if I really like the color scheme of someone, but they're kind of chumps? Then I'm gonna be all conflicted because I'll like the color scheme, but then I'll think they're chumps, and I can't do that. So I'm gonna have a lot of decisions to make when the time comes.
yeah, well, you see, it's the most common sort of belief is that the traitor legios have the better paint schemes. Um, they look the coolest because they're the bad boys, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, Mortis is a really nice scheme, quite straightforward, but
Mm-hmm.
you know it's a Mortis engine.
Yeah.
Same as in for the loyalists, Legio Ignatum. You know it's Legio Ignatum because they have a very standout scheme with the black and yellow hazard stripes and
Yeah.
now like the hexagonals that they're pushing.
We we talk about this all the time. You've probably gone over this how many times with me over the last year? And if you said which one was Lee, I would probably get it wrong half the
Right.
time. But I got this one. I was like, okay, I know. So like
Well, it's in
I'm
front of
getting
you. You can't
yeah,
not
I
get any
know.
more
So there's
images.
like two I'm starting to get by sight. I'm like, okay, that's that. And I'm oh gosh. So yeah, it'll be an interesting year as I learn more. What I'll do too is I'm gonna dig through some of the old white dwarfs and stuff and look at some of those because I have a bunch from that time when they were launching it, and so I'll
Well,
look
yeah,
in there for some
um,
inspiration, you know?
popular ones for traitors are Mortis because they're the big bads.
Yeah.
Uh, the Furians, which are yellow with like black flames.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Uh,
I see. I like those were cool. I remember
yeah,
those.
they're very striking. Obviously,
Yeah.
they look really cool because of the flame work and but
Yep.
it is it's just 2 colors, but most people are a little bit sort of like, oh, but it's flames. It's
Yeah.
black flames. You can't really go
Yeah.
wrong. You either get template or just be careful when you're painting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they Furians were in the old the original release,
Yeah.
uh, and they have there's one of those pictures that you see it standing there, and this is like drop ship that's landed, and the Emperor's children are disembarking from there.
Yeah.
Furians were standing sentry over them. But yeah, I fancied doing Furians, but I was a bit scared because it's
Mm-hmm.
yellow. Me and yellow aren't the best of friends. Um,
And see, that's one I did remember leaning towards that a little. I'll lean away a little bit because it is flame, even though I could probably pull flame off. But I like that bright. It's funny. I lean a lot towards those bright colors on them, and it's weird because if you asked me like, hey, what's your favorite 40K thing? Like, I love the old school, almost like black and white, muted colors, washed out, grimy stuff,
mm,
and a part of me even draws that way, but then when you comes down to it, I would look at it and be like, oh, I want a nice shiny popping miniature on the table. You know what I mean? So it's like this two totally different, things where I'm like, hey, I want this.
I
Oh,
want to do
fuck yeah.
But that's the thing is, it's sometimes you do go against your normal sort of instincts because you see something, you go, I don't know how to do this, but I just like to,
Yeah.
sort of thing, But yeah, it's yeah. If you've me on Instagram, Ryan, I've painted 8 different Titan Legios, so that will give you at least like a quarter of of the legios out there, so give you an idea of sort of colorations and all that sort of stuff.
Alex, I got a War Master. So I was gifted a War Master by Ryan Taylor for the Ho Ho Hobby Vices. Let me see if I can do this and not bring down the stream. We're gonna
Hold tight, hold
living
tight.
dangerously in 2022. Okay, so I do this and this. Let me find the photo. I want to show off my gift. I got good stuff. Dun dun dun. I got so many photos now. That's my only gripe with this community is you seriously fill up all my stupid devices. God, I got so many pictures and saves, and then I gotta scroll through a billion things. And my
Yeah,
my file system is just save one thing after another and then look back over years worth of stuff.
it's like when I look on my phone, I've got 39,000 photographs.
Exactly.
I
Okay,
like to
wait.
take pictures.
Oh, that was it. It was the hot sauce. That's what I couldn't identify. Let me see if I can do this now. Solo. Bam. There's my gift.
Whoa!
Booyah. And I
Oh, you
didn't
got
put
the robo horses, dog things, the friends.
yes. And so I'm super hyped because I got a solid force of Mechanicus. You know what I mean? I got uh those riders, I got an Iron Strider, I got like 2 different squads, plus I don't have Call, but I have the other one of the leader ones, so I got a great mix too.
Nice.
All right, let me go here. A,
So
B,
Ryan, when you was sorry, got Scott for your for the Ho Ho Hobby Vices, was you sort of sneaking into like the chats and watching the streams just to try and get ideas or listening to what sort of things he's after? Because it intrigues me how this all works because I've never done it
yeah,
myself. So
good point. I didn't talk to him about that either. And
did you
Buccaneero,
find
okay,
signs?
wait. So Buccaneero, first of all, thanks. And then I believe I just saw this morning you joined the Patreon, so really appreciate that. And if you, I'll post some stuff over there, but if you ever have any questions on paintovers and or you have a Discord, I can send you a link to Discord because I work on some stuff in there. And if you are curious about Procreate, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. So feel free. Melee Strider or gun? I do not know. There's both options, I believe, but I didn't assemble it yet. So I will. I kind of want both. I'm the type of person who's like, how do I get both on there? Because I love the big lance thing, but then I love the look of the gun thing. So that's probably where you end up buying two.
Or more? I think you can have
Yeah.
like 5 in a unit.
Yes,
I've
it
only got
does.
really weird because I thought I had 3, but I get 2.
I'm sitting right next to this War Masters, literally on the arm of my chair. That's hilarious.
Let's watch and
I
talk.
think you can magnetize it. Yeah, I probably would end up magnetizing it just because do a couple things like that.
Because of all the wonderful things he does.
Right. And then one of the things I asked for, he says nope, went with his email. Then I was already aware of paintovers. Had never joined the streams yet. I avoided the random sprues or painted models. One of the things I told people, I was like, dude, I'm like, I said, in the gift thing, when they asked what you wanted, I'm like, you can literally give me a painted model and I would be happy because I would use it for paintovers to be able to display it. And I said, if you just got like sprues of stuff you don't want. I'm like, dude, that would legitimately make me happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a lot of that stuff. So I'm like, if you want to give that stuff, I'm like, I'm fine with it. But of course, he had to outdo everything and go with big bombs. So I got a War Master, so that's gonna be awesome.
Yes. If you're gonna go
And then
Titans,
we're
go.
gonna fight, dude. We're gonna duke it out one day, Lee.
Your one versus my six.
Yes, you're 150. Mine's he's gonna have a little tenacity, the it factor.
So that's the thing. I have all these. The secret to why I have so many Titans is that I'm making people not want to fight me.
Yeah. What, like, if they're all close together, can't I just like blow up one and maybe there's a string of explosions that take out all 150?
You could do a diamond, and they could go up in the chain reaction.
Yeah,
Uh,
see, so it's possible.
oh yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah. Couple good dice rolls and done.
Bang, boom.
Boom.
So in the Titan Walk of 2019, the first big, well, we was doing all the big ones. Um, a guy called Matt Wingrove, who's like the head of the Titan Owners Club.
Why
Um,
do I know that name? Okay, I don't
I've
know.
mentioned him loads of times.
Okay, so that's how.
He's the main guy behind the Titans Owners Club,
Okay.
and he had his newest Titan out in the battle, which was a Warbringer. And
Yeah.
I was saying to my commander, target it. Let's all just shoot at it,
Yeah.
kill it, because it was between that and the warlord. It was slightly weaker.
Mm-hmm.
So we focused our fire on that thing, and in the second turn, the first we done like the orders phase, and I put my warhounds on first fire, and I
Mm-hmm.
shot him in the face. I shot him. He rolled his to boost his shields because he only had like one shield left. He went to roll
Mm-hmm.
his to boost his shields. Um, he got two on his reactor die, so he put his reactor right up into a critical state. He didn't save it. The
Yeah.
shields came down. I shot him in the face with a turbo laser, which like ow sort of thing. And then you have to roll your reactor to see, because he was
Yep.
in the red. And because he was in the red, he detonated because it adds
Oh.
pluses to the dice roll.
Yep.
And he basically went into meltdown, destroying himself and another three Titans.
Oh, dude, that is
Yeah,
awesome.
we
That's
voted
what,
him
to
MVP for
me,
the
I think
Lords.
for the gameplay, that's what's cool about gameplay, like with these type of games, when you have those like little moments like that, just some crazy rolls or like a bunch of stuff blows up and
It's very cinematic. That's what
yeah,
most
absolutely. And
people
that
like
kind
about
of, yeah. Yeah, because you're like me in that. You just kind of get captivated by stuff, but then your own imagination sort of takes over.
it. Yeah, exactly. So you like go out there, you blow stuff up, and
Yeah.
what's not to like about blowing stuff up? Everybody likes doing it.
All the cool kids are blowing stuff up.
Yeah. Hey, mom. Hey, mom. I
Hey,
want to
but
blow up
that was
Titan.
hilarious. You sent me that thing on whatever. Oh God, that cracked me up after I saw it.
I'm an
Doing
artist.
art. Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw that, I thought I've got to send that to you.
Yeah. I'm like, that should be the intro to the stream.
Doing art, mom.
Yeah. Doing art, ma.
Really like the Wolfhounds. I'm excited to get some that will not take several feet of space. Yeah, Warhounds are really, really quite cool. Um, in the old days, I was never much of a fan for Warhounds, but in this
Oh,
iteration, I do quite like
oh,
Warhounds.
interesting. I think I was captivated by the look. Maybe I was like subconsciously biased because even though it had nothing to do with them, I like the Space Wolves and they had like the little wolf version or whatever. So that played a part. But I always liked the look of maybe not so much that early Armor Cast one that I had, but the
Yeah,
square boxier ones are really cool.
the Lucius ones,
Mm-hmm.
which yeah, there's like Warhounds in AT. They have some really good. Well, there's a traitor Legio called Legio Audax, and they field nothing but Warhounds.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and they were featured in the novel Betrayer, which was written by Aaron Dembski Bowden. And they, in the story, they were literally just running around like wolf packs. You know,
Yeah.
they seem to sniff out the enemy, and they just, you know, there's a
Mm-hmm.
titan over there, and they go scampering over, and then they harpoon them.
Yeah.
Because I
Oh,
think
you
where they,
told me about that scene before, I think.
yeah, so Legio Audax, and they're associated with the World Eaters. So a lot of people like the World Eaters, like Audax, and they're a really easy scheme to paint as well. And if you watch my YouTube channel, I have a how-to video on there.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
So they look the part, and they will, they're really quite easy to do. So, you know, because a lot of people get stressed over painting Titan schemes and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't
That's
do,
gonna be me. Like we could
yeah,
have day after day of my stress of painting a scheme and what you do, and oh yeah, Scott Frazier, thanks for making it.
yeah,
Appreciate.
yeah, no, the Audax are really cool. And most people like them because they are just warhounds in there.
Hmm.
Uh, they are a warhound is a cool little engine. You know, it's not going to survive one on one versus a warlord generally, but in a pack, oh, they can take on anyone. Plus, they're
Yay.
the cheap one to get. You get two for like, you know, or if you're in the UK, but like from GW Direct, they're like 20 pack. Well, a pack you get two, which for about 40 quid.
Hey,
But
Michael Walsh, thanks for making it. You lurk away while you paint the knob. I like the knobs. I always like arcs. Yeah, edit, edit that out.
calm down, son.
Yep. What do we got? Okay, we're only 37 minutes in. Good. I feel discombobulated now, probably because we're all chatting and I'm half happy and I feel like I'm doing a haphazard paint over.
Wait. You're only half happy. I'm full happy here.
Don't be coming half happy to this chat.
Everyone in the chat, they're all happy.
Yeah, don't be half happy up in here.
And Alex is pointing out Legio Solaria, his wife's Legio Solaria Warhounds, causes him endless grief, as they should. My most formidable force I have is Solaria.
Oh wait, Alex, is this your Titan right here?
Yeah,
Okay. Hey, thanks for
I
checking it
did
out.
mention that earlier on.
I did, and I didn't even tweet. Like, I'm glad he stopped in because, like I said, I forgot to even include people in the tweet of like, "Hey, I'm painting over your miniature."
Honestly, first one in, I expected more professionalism,
I what? I know. Me too.
but that is the sign of this
Yeah,
live stream is that we just do it by the seat of our pants.
that's very true. Oh, I love the little glow on these things. I'm a sucker for glow on these.
Yeah, and they've got lots of plasma on there. Oh,
Yeah,
talking about plasma, right?
dripping.
Something I thought was an interesting thing to bring up. I don't know why, but on my news feed this morning, it was like a science sort of post about the Chinese have made this sort of super plasma collider,
Mm-hmm.
which ran at something like 70 million degrees
Damn.
for 17 minutes. So it's vastly hotter than the sun.
Yeah.
We ran it for 17 minutes at that temperature. So, like, obviously, in the creation of energy, That's just bonkers.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Because it's there to do it.
Yeah. There'll be some tragedy that comes with that technology.
Yeah.
You're gonna,
No,
you're a couple million degrees, something's gonna go wrong with that. That
obviously,
little
they've never played with plasma guns in 40k.
yeah, be like, don't you
You
know
don't
what
have a
happens with
long
this
life
stuff, people?
expectancy in the old days. In the old days of 40k, roll a 1, you're dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
pretty
old
much.
days.
That's why they had that. I always loved the kit bash that somebody done where he's got someone holding a plasma gun like that, and put the hand up.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
I remember. That's
in your
funny because
face.
I seen that. I totally know that one. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Everyone can relate to it. You go, yeah,
Yeah.
plasma weapons.
I
Yeah, we'll
know
do
you
that to
wanted to
you.
use them, but you'd pay a price.
Yeah, not so much nowadays with the Primaris ones, but or the new rules for plasma, because you
Can you
can.
still pretty much whack anything with that?
Yeah, well, they've changed it that you can either if you're shooting them at normal settings, you won't die. It's only when you
Okay.
overcharge them.
Okay.
So they're a lot safer than they used to be. But then, where's the fun in not overcharging
Yeah.
plasma guns? Risk and reward.
Oh wait, I think I asked you this before. In okay, in this game, can you shoot? Can you fire into two Titans fighting?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can friendly fire it up. I need games that have friendly fire. I'm that type of leader.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
the
I'm not. Well, you probably could shoot your own titans.
well,
There's
I
nothing
don't need
saying.
mean to just directly target it, but I mean if they're in hand to hand, they don't have some weird rule where you can't unload into it.
Yeah, no, you basically, accident. Hey, Crimson. Sorry, I missed Crimson there. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's yeah, you can shoot who you want. There's
Okay.
no like, oh, well, wait till you finish fighting before I shoot you. No, just
Because like
shoot.
if I was teaming up with like my friends and we were like playing like 2-on-2, sometimes I might want to put a shot in him just to get him motivated. You know, like sometimes like
Commissar.
what do you mean I can't shoot him? I'll shoot him right now. You're like, get
I'm shooting
moving,
him
buddy.
straight in the face.
Yeah,
You come play at my table. I'm
yeah,
shooting in the face.
yeah. It's war, man. Sometimes like if I saw him doing something half-ass, I might put a round in him.
You don't go half ass. You go full ass.
Yeah, full ass up in here.
Yeah. Um, yeah. No. So you know, there's been plenty of times when you accidentally shoot yourself. Um, shooting plasma weapons at point blank is not the greatest idea. But scatter can be your friend. It can be your worst nightmare. Um,
Oh, and if you are watching and enjoying, please, if you don't mind, hit that like button. That'll help me with all that algorithmic stuff that we're
yeah,
that's all important. A Commissar Titan. Yeah, now we're
Ice Empire
talking.
and his Commissar Titan
That
going around
would be
promoting
cool.
people
Could
by
you
shooting.
imagine like painted all up like a Commissar, almost done up like a Commissar? You could probably like sculpt, not, do a head tweak that makes it look more like their thing and everything. That'd be a trip.
Yeah, just 3D print a Commissar hat to put on his
Yeah.
head. I'm a Commissar Titan. Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't
Actually,
even exist, but you could start it.
funnily enough, that reminded me because I'd one of the sort of my Facebook sort of memories was about the fall of Cadia
Yeah.
because they'd done a whole host over here where people were playing games in GW stores to sort of about the fall of Cadia,
Yeah.
and my local one invited myself, Engine Phil,
Oh
and my
yeah.
friend Mike to bring our Titans down to play in a huge in-store battle. So basically, we had one
Yeah.
side was all Imperium, the other side was basically Necrons. No, sorry, Necrons weren't there. Funny enough, no, sorry, Chaos, Eldar, Dark Eldar, Tyranids, and some sort of like berserkers and stuff. There
Yeah.
was two Magnus the Reds and Tau, um, and they said like we'll just play all day. When you die, you respawn, come back on, sort of thing. And as we're playing this game, this guy turns up later on, and he's like one of those guys where he's really enthusiastic to be playing,
Yeah.
and he started sort of he honestly thought he was a commissar,
Yeah.
and he was like telling people what to do. So not in a horrible way, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he came dressed as a commissar as well.
Yeah, so yeah, then he's playing the part.
So
That's his
he was
thing.
saying like, "Oh, if you don't do this, I'll have to shoot you," and all that sort of thing. And the actual store manager came up to me and said, "Would you mind just shooting him with your Titans?" And I did consider it, but I thought no, I won't do it because I would feel really bad by doing it. Yes, it would be funny, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't lower my standards. So I said, okay, I just ignored it. But he was serious. He wanted me to shoot him because he was being a bit of a bit
Yeah.
much. We're just there to have fun, man.
Okay, let me do this. I think I got something here. I think I got something I can work with.
It's working.
When your reach is what I don't even know. Your reach is bigger than your grasp, or your grasp is bigger than your reach, or whatever witty saying. Insert a witty saying that makes me sound smart and wise.
Yeah.
That's what
Do
I'm.
or do not. There is no try. There you go.
Oh,
That's my.
this is kind of cool. I think I can pull it off. Yeah.
All right.
And Mechanical Frog said he is going on to his stream when this one is done. So if you are still chilling or hobbying, I'll probably be done here. I don't know, a little while, maybe 20 minutes, half hour or so. So then if you're still hobbying, I say go stop by his. Lee, are you going to stream this weekend, you think?
Saturday, yes.
All right.
I'll be out and about as I normally am.
Man
Streaming,
about town.
yeah, from here, the exciting hobby joy centre of stuff.
Did
Um,
no snow by you, dude?
nope. Although the temperatures dropped suddenly, like yesterday was like, oh wait a second, where did this cold come from? It was quite sort of Arctic level conditions, but without the
Interesting.
snow. Um, yeah, I know it's like temperatures over there are a bit weird.
Yeah.
A friend who lives in South Carolina was saying that what's up with this weather? And it was like 76. It's like, what? It's winter over there. I know you're like in the southern. Well,
Yeah, that's still even for down there. That's yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. But if you're saying it's hot up in your region, because
No,
you
it's
normally
cold
have,
here. It's like below freezing.
all right, okay.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It was warm for a while, and then like the last week or so, it got pretty cold. Like it got to around freezing and a little above freezing, and that it's been like there during the day.
Are we
But I'm
talking
still
down?
down with it. I like it. Like I said, this room probably isn't even 60 degrees, and I need it to keep me cool because I'm heated up for the first stream of the year.
First
You
stream.
gotta put me in a refrigerated room when I get all fired up for streaming.
Oh, he's there. He's living the dream on the stream.
Living the dream. Living the dream on stream. It's like
Yeah.
it's like having public therapy. This is like my therapy session. Every
It's
Wednesday,
freezing
join me for
at
my
night, Alex.
therapy session. Alex, it's freezing and so yeah, some stadium lighting. If I can, go from there and put some lighting in there, and that this one has potential to be cool. It reminded me, just of those box covers, and it was a brilliant photograph. And it's probably like too much or whatever, but I try to grab some that I want to experiment on or try something on, and they might not turn out the best, but at least I learned something.
Hmm.
And this one I think has potential if I do and a lot of these, like this one may have to sit in my mind for like a few hours till like something clicks, but I think if I do the lighting right and brighten it all up, it's got some just a cool little
It's got
I'll
some
learn
potential.
something. Yeah, yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That's what. Try things out. Oh, I like this thing.
Do it to it.
I like it. Did you do some good eating or anything with the holidays?
I'm
Anyone?
always.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Dinner was sublime,
Oh
most
shit.
enjoyable, and I had a lovely time.
Okay.
It wasn't enough though.
What was around this holiday season, people in chat, what was your favorite like dish or food, or it could be anything. Like what's a food item that stood out to you from like the holidays or New Year or something that you enjoyed? Because I don't know why I'll torture myself with food talk right now, but it sounds good to me.
I want to know about the food.
Yeah, I agree. Ryan says Titans seem to lend themselves to paintovers or large models at least. Yes, and it's because the what the scale. Like I can do more I can do more sparkles. I can do more sparkles on a Titan. That's basically what it comes down to.
Oh, actually, talking about Titans, one of my friends posted up. They noticed in the latest GW game, the Warhammer TV
Yeah,
junket, um, where they were advertising like cartoons and shows coming this
yeah.
year, and there was a little bit of two Titans walking along against a sort of sunny backdrop sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, Titan sighted. So there might be a cartoon
Oh.
action in it,
Oh, that
which
would be great. Oh
pretty cool.
gosh. Give me a C, but I'll never be happy with anything in a way. Give me that, then mix in a little bit of the Robotech style, right? The explosions and that stuff, but then also give it the like the 40K scale and the detail stuff. And you combine that things and some big awesome Titan battles with that kind of fire and stuff going on. And oh yeah,
Yeah,
count me in.
yes. We all love a little bit of roboty battle death stompy
Yeah.
killing.
That stuff,
Um,
I watched that. I had to watch an episode. I don't know. I watched it a few months ago or whatever. But man, BattleTech to me, or Robotech to me, that animation still held up by hand. I'm like, dude, that is. I just the explosions and everything. I'm like, it still looks incredible to me.
oh, did you watch Arcane?
Absolutely, that was one of my favorites. That style I absolutely love too.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Yeah, I really dug it.
It was most awesome.
Yeah, I like that series. I was glad. I was glad it came out. Texture paint has been applied. You and got some done. Oh, see, of course, homemade cheesecake. Ryan, that's my like ultimate weakness. Homemade cheesecake. He said I had told my wife I hadn't had any in a few years. Oh,
Oh, that's lovely. Nice little treat.
yeah.
Extra Christmas bonus, I find.
Oh, cheesecake.
Thought you were going to go all Homer Simpson and cheese.
Oh, gosh.
Ah,
Of course, the first person to reply. And Alex had turkey and stuffing. Yeah, so Christmas, I love that. Paroshki, not pierogi, Paroshki. Are we what mechanical frog? Do you mean pierogi or is that just Paroshki something I don't know or I'm misinterpreting? Turkey and
gosh.
stuffing. I had turkey and stuffing today. I'm a breadaholic, so if you gave me stuffing or dressing or whatever you want to call it, I would eat that 3 times a day. So I keep it away from me.
Yes. It's like, oh, I need more of it. Give me more.
Alex says I got a bunch of Robotech minis in the cupboard. Scott says Star Blazer's style was the best back in the day. Star Blazer, so I know it, and I can partially visualize it, but I'm gonna have to look that one up because I do know it. Mine I bought on I'm probably like 6 or so episodes in, which is I don't even watch many cartoons, but I've been picking some up. Um Galaxy Rangers was one of my favorites, so I bought that whole season and I was watching that just to see. I was like, is it really good or was I stupid? And I wasn't stupid. It was really good.
He loves his Galaxy Rangers.
Yeah, I do. They had the horses. They had powers. It was all cool.
Cooler than all that other shit.
Yeah, cooler than what they're making now. And then someone showed it too, right? They showed animation styles. I don't know if it was a meme or a picture, but they had like cartoons from this, decade, cartoons from that decade. So it went from like Galaxy Rangers and them trying to draw almost what I would say in a comic book style to then everything went super cartoony and big heads and goofy and exaggerated. And I was like, oh man, I don't mind that, but like at least keep some of the cool style, And I get it. They were trying to like simplify and do all that, but I was like, oh, that's why I like drifted away from a lot of the cartoons because they like to me they just didn't have that cool like I don't
They
know
killed it,
style.
man. They killed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
you
They don't
ruined
make
my
cartoons
childhood.
like that anymore. What you know about Laugh Olympics? Did you guys have the Laugh Olympics over there?
No.
Oh, you did. You missed out on growing up with Laugh Olympics. I do weep a little for you on that. But you did have 40K in Games Workshop.
Yeah, and old Ian Livingston, one of the co-founders of Games Workshop, got knighted this week. He got an official recognition from the Queen, and he's now Sir
Oh.
Ian Livingston. Ian
Oh,
Livingston, who
did he?
also,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
also famous for the Choose Your Own Adventure books
Okay, yep.
from back in the 80s, which are very
Yeah, I love
popular.
those.
So yeah, so well done to Sir Ian.
Oh, keep it up, Lee. Yeah, a couple more Titans, you might get knighted yourself over there.
I'm not doing this for the kudos. I'm
For
doing
the
this
love of the
because
game.
it's there, man. Love
It's
of the
who I
game.
am.
Yes, I am a Titan. I
Yeah.
am Mars. I can say that because it's in my name.
I didn't choose the grim dark chose me.
Yes, I am one with the Grim Dark.
Dun dun dun.
Wish you look at your stealth in your bomb.
Something might be cool about this.
It's always cool, dude. So,
I have to get a little fancy pantsy, little fancy pants up in here.
Mr. Fancy Pants himself.
Little Mr. Fancy Pants. Oh, but
So,
see, then I think if I do a Titan, don't I just want to do the Titan design that is for Artist Empire that is responsible for going around the Empire and destroying all art that doesn't serve the Empire? That's this Titan's job, dude. He's like the
wait till you got
artistic
the ST.
enforcer because that's how all this chaos stuff spreads. If you get a bunch of artists who run around willy-nilly making all kind of art that just for whatever they want to make, dude, the next thing you know, you got a chaos infestation. So you got to stomp that stuff out.
You got to sort it out, big boy.
Yep. And
Alright,
so that might be the theme of my armies.
there you go.
They're grim dark art snobs.
So that's your torso.
Oh, wait. We're going to zoom in. I need to zoom in. We got the technology. Bam. Let me see because I want to see my torso. Oh God, that thing is so huge, dude. How many pieces is that? Like what you're holding in your hand, how many pieces would you roughly say?
I'd say about 20.
Oh
And
wow, okay. This is going to be epic.
the gun is, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the gun section, which is this
Oh,
bit
okay,
here,
gotcha.
in the
Yep,
barrels, those bits stick on there. You got the barrel bits, and then you got the support for it. So
yep,
that's 3. The top, 2 sides,
yep.
so that's 6, and then the back door, which is in there.
Oh, that's so cool. It's in there. Yeah.
That just sits in, but you have to glue it into position anyway, because that's a lot of people. The whole thing about, because this is the iconoclast, so this is the close
Yep.
combat. You've got
Oh,
the
yes.
ranged one, like Alex's.
Okay.
Oh, I think you know you
No,
have got
no, I got the
the
iconoclast.
iconoclast. Yeah.
Oh, so I get the big. Does it come with that hook chainsaw that I see on the
Yes.
picture? Oh,
Yes.
yes, that makes
And,
me happy.
and with that hook, there is
Oh
a way you
yeah.
don't actually glue it in place, so you can actually slide it up and down.
Oh
So
yeah,
that
and I'm looking at the. Oh, this thing is gonna be awesome.
is. But yeah, he's well actually I thought I'll try and hold it together on the base. So
Hold it together, Lee. Hold it together. We don't have that much more time on stream. Keep it together.
so where is it? There you go.
Oh man, look how massive that thing is. That's gonna be awesome.
But the
Yeah.
thing you have to be careful with
Yeah.
is
What's
that
that?
these things have a an apron which sticks onto these bits here and then goes down by about 2 inches. So you can't sort of go over like that or like that.
Yeah.
Go, unless you don't
Got
have it.
you. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean because you'd put that skirt on and it would be hitting that.
Yeah. So I found that out with one of my War Masters where I posed it, glued it in place, and then realised, so I had to
Yeah, I
leave
can
the
see
bottom
that.
couple of bits
See?
off.
Little tips and tricks for our people we chat with.
Mm. Legio Pictophage. AE's army of book burning fanatics.
Yeah. Can't have artists just running around making art.
Ryan was saying it was playing Guardians of the Galaxy game and they
I
had a
didn't.
Livingston Choose Your Own Adventure book modelled in there. That's cool.
Yeah, a Guardians of the Galaxy game. Huh. I'll have to ask him later
Because
what.
it's retro 80s and Star Lord, you know, has 80s stuff. So having
Yeah.
that in there as a little Easter egg,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is fitting. Yeah, absolutely.
The only Choose Your Own Adventure book I can honestly remember having was one called Strider, I think, or
Okay.
Star Strider, and basically you was going around the Earth and you could like travel to Barcelona really
Yeah.
quickly, space technology and stuff like that. But that was interesting. That's the only one I can remember reading.
I can't remember specifics. I know I had quite a few because I spent a lot of time alone. So besides going crazy, I would play a lot of that solo stuff and like games by myself and all that.
Hmm.
So it was a lot of that. And I had some of those like the Marvel back in the day, they had their role playing game, and then I have a couple of the modules that were made for solo, and they had so do you remember the stuff that it would be printed really light, but then it or like printed in blue, but then it would have all the red ink over it, and you'd have to put the red plastic over it to delete the red
Yes,
and see,
Egypt.
yeah, yeah. And so it has that type of thing in that module. I still got that.
Yeah. Tap 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 tap.
That's when no one could play with me. I needed people to play with.
Nobody could come round to my emporium of awesome.
Yeah.
That's where the artist empire
You
originates
know
from.
what? That's almost gonna cut it. Like I'll be able to lighten this up and tweak it and then put some good plasma glow and brighten this thing and it's gonna come together. It's gonna
As
be
we
a
have
good 2022.
yeah.
One
Artist
paint over
empire
at a
is your
time.
gateway drug to awesomeness.
Who let the Wookiee on stream? Hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the
Oh,
button,
oh,
Lee.
oh! Wrong one!
Yeah. Sound effects.
No, it's the wrong one.
You'll
No,
get to it. It was
leave it.
mistimed.
Jump the gun.
It was perfect because it's not like straight through the system, and as I'm listening to it, it's away from the mic, so it seems like a little depleted Wookiee call.
Just press all the buttons. It's It was my impersonation of Han Solo whilst on the Death Star and just pushing all the buttons.
Push all the buttons. What
No,
is that?
everything's fine here. Yeah, we had a
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
we're just trying to lock down now.
It's been a while since I watched the Star Wars.
I actually was watching last couple of weeks. I watched the motion picture for Star Trek.
Oh yeah, I should watch that again too.
Because where my friend Scott and his buddy do a podcast called It's a Chat.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, when you say it, you've got to say it like Admiral Akbar. It's a chat. And they've done all Star Wars and all that sort of stuff. They've done Ghostbusters. They've done Indiana Jones, and now onto Star Trek. And they're going through all the Star Trek things. And they were talking about the motion picture, and they watched it again. And I'm listening to the podcast, and I'm thinking like, I remember watching it when I was young, and I think I've watched it twice since it's released. And it was never like, it was always in the early days. It was always Wrath of Khan. That was the one.
Yeah.
Until they brought out my personal favorite, which is number 4, The Voyage Home.
Okay.
Because what's not cool about going back in time to 1986 San Francisco, living it up with a pair of whales.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Tracy and George. And I thought, I'll give that a go. A rewatch, and I did. I watched it again, and I thought, you know what, this isn't actually too bad. It's actually, giving it a second chance when you're older.
Yeah,
you can appreciate it a bit more.
I could totally see that.
So yeah, sometimes you gotta do that.
The one I want to watch over again is Black Hole, because I remember that, dude.
Yeah.
That like being younger and seeing that, like traumatic might be an overstep, but yeah, it was like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I don't know how old I was, but I went and saw it in the theater and was like, damn, dude.
Yeah, I say like some of the other ones from that sort of time period, I've watched to high heaven, especially like Flash Gordon. I absolutely love Flash Gordon.
I'm gonna have to. That's been a long time since I've seen Flash Gordon.
It's timeless. It's so different to all the other sci-fi at that time, and it's even if you last year in one of the lockdowns, I actually rewatched because it was on like Amazon Prime, I think.
Yeah,
they had like the original sort of Flash Gordon movies, sort of thing.
Yeah,
and I watched one of them, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is just crazy,"
Yeah,
and as a kid in England in the 80s, they used to have on like school holidays. They used to show some of the old style, like matinee type, black and white Flash Gordons, Buck Rogers, the Rocketeer, the original Rocketeer.
Yeah.
And you'd watch them in the morning when they'd be on during the school holidays, and you'd watch that, and then they'd go into other cartoons later on, sort of thing. But I loved watching them, and I say like last week, so the Monday after Christmas was the first day where I didn't have to do anything. It was my lounging around in my shorts day.
Yeah.
And so I thought I'd paint some of those Blood Bowl orcs I got. So I started doing them, and I ended up watching 5 movies, like back to back to back.
Did you seriously?
Yeah. So I started off with The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So like the 1950s one with God, Rada, Nick 2. And I went, okay. I went on to We Were Soldiers.
Okay.
Because after watching that, I thought, what can I do now? And I just remembered a conversation I had a couple of days prior about We Were Soldiers. And I thought, I want We Were Soldiers. I watched that. Then I watched The Green Knight.
I didn't see that. Did you? How were you? Were you okay with it or what?
Yeah, no, it's a good story. It's different from everything else, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. That brought me on to my fourth movie because I watched The Green Knight, and I'm going, well, Arthurian legend,
Hmm.
Gawain, The Green Knight. There was only one Arthurian film that you can watch, and that was Excalibur. So I
Yeah.
watched that, and then enjoyed that immensely, as you always do. And then as I've sort of thought, well, it's getting a bit late, and I went upstairs and I thought, well, I'm not really tired, so I watched Master and Commander on the Far Side of the World,
Oh yeah, that was really
because
good.
that
I
is
haven't
just
watched that in a
amazing.
long time, but that's a really
Such a
good
great
movie. Yeah, it really is. See, like
film.
they just need to basically swipe that and make a 40K film in like a Titan or something.
Yeah, or basically, a, a battle barge or
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah, exactly. Like any of that stuff, and just kind of, use that as a rough start and go for it and tell a nice, cool story.
Yeah, I watched. There was this thing on YouTube, which is like this history expert dude who basically
Hmm.
watches like movies and stuff.
Is that
Uh,
Mechanical Frog? He knows his
I'd
history.
imagine so. Um,
Yeah,
but this guy, I can't remember the actual thing, but he basically watches um, films like Saving Private Ryan or anything
yeah,
with a historical edge to it. He'll
yeah,
watch them and then basically just tick off what they got right, what they got wrong, sort of thing.
yeah.
Master and Commander was like for the most part was like nigh on like perfect because
Really?
apart from like I think there was two things which were like involving uniform.
Yeah,
It was like a little thing. Oh, they wouldn't have that particular collar, or or
yeah.
something like that. It was
Oh, that's
very,
like the down to
very
the super nitpick.
yeah. And he was saying like, to be honest, it's just one of those things that you see, you would ignore it most of the time, but
Yeah,
because of the way he does it, But
yeah.
he
You
was saying
gotta go. Yeah,
the battles between the Acheron and the Surprise, HMS Surprise. They said that was so well done, and it was true to form. Like those battles were so
yeah,
brutal, and it was so smoky that you couldn't see
yeah, yeah.
the
That's
billowing clouds of gunpowder and all that sort of thing.
yeah.
They said like it was just spot on for something that time. That's how it would be, And I think it was Weta actually done all the special effects for it.
Oh, yeah. That's what they say about paintovers. Is that's exactly how it would be in the grim dark future.
Oh, totally, yeah, yeah.
You
And
know?
Weta has nothing to do with
Yeah, and
this.
Weta, they say Weta can be the next artist empire.
They
You know, that's
play their
what
cards
word is
right.
on this. If they play their cards right, they might be the next
Yeah,
artist empire.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I wish them well. They got a lot of good stuff going on there.
Yeah, they've got talent. The kids have got
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, maybe one day they will be up there.
Yep,
Their name
they'll
is
be up
next.
there, getting there, showing
Yeah.
potential. Didn't he sell, like, he sold one of his divisions of Weta for like some crazy amount, of course.
Mm. Oh, probably. He probably
Yeah,
didn't eat it just for sod it. Just do it
uh,
for shits and giggles.
yep, yeah, for real.
Yeah, but yeah, was he? Have you got round to seeing that the Beatles documentary that he did?
No, I did not.
No, that is really good. It was
Good to
just so
know.
eye-opening seeing the Fab Four in
Yeah,
yeah. It's just such
I
a
watched
good.
the Freddie Mercury one. I liked Freddie Mercury. That dude could sing.
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that was quite enjoyable. And the Rocket Man by Elton
yeah,
John's one, that was quite enjoyable. But the Beatles one is obviously using all the footage that they had
yeah.
from Get Back, and yeah, it was just fantastic.
The life they must have lived.
Ooh. Yeah, although there is, I will put a health warning with watching that is that they do let Yoko Ono sing, um, and yes, it's something to behold.
Get him, Yoko.
Oh,
Have you all seen any of Ringo's art? No, you know what? I do, but I don't recall it. I remember someone showing it about it or something like that.
I only know Ringo from obviously the Beatles and Thomas the Tank Engine, where he used to narrate
Hmm.
the cartoons. Oh, said Thomas.
All right, I don't know, we'll get off here in a few, but then, Frog, are you still streaming after this? Let us know. Dun dun dun, Blood Bowl. That looks a
Yeah,
little
I'm
too of a
sure.
newish stadium. I should like rough it up and do some stuff, but I'll get some idea on it.
How about here's me throwing in a
Do it,
suggestion.
Lee. Do it. Do it.
Now with the lights, I think it might pay off if they were like torches.
Torches, you're probably right. Didn't
Flames.
think of that, but you're right. I'll minimize them a little bit and make them more torchy and that. And I'll try to put some colors. Like I know this is like the supposedly the roof, but I might almost turn it into the stands and put some kind of like, indicate figures sort of sitting in the stands or whatever.
Commodus from
Yeah.
Gladiator. You know, going.
Yeah.
"Meh." Off with
Yes,
his head.
Emma Thomas too, my entry to the miniature world.
Uh, that was the. It was such a great show. I would say like it was. It came about after. Yeah, I was like a teenager, I think.
Wait,
But
what's the name of it? Because why do I not even know about it then?
Thomas the Tank
Well,
Engine.
no, I don't. I just know
Oh my
Thomas the
god!
Train or whatever. I don't remember Thomas
Yeah,
the Tank Engine.
the trains with the faces on the front of the engine. But it was
Yeah,
model making because everything was models.
yeah. Huh. I'll have
Like
to
the
look up. Maybe I'm missing. Did I miss a key part of my childhood and I don't know it?
well, we missed out on that comedy clown thing you said about earlier on. So
Yeah,
maybe
Laugh Olympics. Gotta look up Laugh Olympics, dude. That was a special event on Saturdays, dude. If you caught Laugh Olympics, it was like, what was it? All the Hanna-Barbera characters, and they would do that, and
oh
like,
no, I think we might have seen that actually. Yeah,
yeah, and so they'd have them all together, and they would all do like some race or something, and like a couple times a year they would have one was like the Laugh Olympics, and one was something else. It was like their big event, and when that used to happen when I
Koji
was real young,
around in a car or
yeah,
something. Hey, hey,
hmm
hey, boo boo.
yeah, totally. They'd all have their car race and stuff too.
But we were
Exactly.
like wacky races,
Yeah, yep. And they used to do, yeah, Wacky Races was the other one.
Dick Dastardly and Muttley.
Yeah.
Ah, Muttley, medal, medal. Yes.
Yeah, they were good ones. I like those two characters a lot.
Well, yeah, from Catch the Pigeon, which is like,
Yeah.
was that something to do? Some sort of like either World War One or the American Civil War.
Yeah, there was some weird thing that I don't fully know about, but yes, that you're exactly right. That's how I remember it, but I'm not fully
It's that
informed on
gives
that.
you the message. They have all the
Yeah.
different like airplanes, biplanes, triplanes.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly where it came from because that's why they had them all.
Catch the pigeon,
See?
catch the pigeon.
Come join us on live stream and relive your childhood or someone else's.
Yeah, because that's what it's all about. That and
It,
building
it,
tales,
it pretty
building
much is.
legendary pictures like this. That's looking
Oh, this will be
cool.
cool. It should
Oh
look.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep going with it and then it'll be something different. I like it.
Mm.
Well, it was so well done. At least that's now how I remember it. Yep, I agree. That's how I do. I don't know. I even went back to check some of the shows I remembered to see how they were. I should go and watch. I'd probably be mortified to watch an episode of Buck Rogers, or I still want a Land of the Lost, but done right. Oh gosh, that would be so cool to me. Maybe one day.
Yeah, because I was always getting confused between that and Land of the Giants.
Yeah.
Land of the Giants we used to watch. Again, it would be like a school holiday thing or a
Mm-hmm.
Sunday morning on Channel 4. They'd show Land of the Giants or the Time Tunnel. Um, like those sort of like 60s sci-fi and stuff.
Yeah.
Or Lost in Space.
Yeah. Yeah. Lost in Space was the big one here for a while. They'd be playing Lost in Space, and that kind of got me hooked on a lot of sci-fi type stuff.
Mm.
because you see those coming up. God, that was so wild. Like to think that we lived in a world where you had to just wait till the show was on TV. You couldn't even record it. You couldn't even do anything at that time. You just had to wait. And like that was it. And then if you missed it, it was like all done. Like
Yeah,
maybe in a
but
year or two.
that's the thing though. It's like recently. So I'm watching The Expanse.
Yep.
Um, so that's coming out weekly, and
Hmm.
I've enjoyed like season 6. I've like episode 3. I've watched 7 times.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Episode 4. I've only watched one and a smidge so far.
Yep.
Because there's been other stuff to watch, unfortunately.
Yep.
But like The Witcher,
Oh, I liked that. I finished that whole
that
season.
dropped and everything, and I've done that in 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all witchered out and no more Witcher, and I can't remember half the stuff that I watched. Whereas I can remember more stuff from The Expanse because I've watched it. I've sort of thought about it, or I've
Yeah.
read scenes or stuff like that, and I've taken it more on board, sort of thing. So I've enjoyed that. I don't mind the weekly format because you say you
Oh
can.
no, I don't do it either. Yeah, and I literally find because then it keeps me from like binge them all at a certain point, and then you know what I mean. It's like, hey, I'll get
Yeah.
to enjoy the show over a longer stretch of time than
Oh
because
yeah,
like when I
totally.
found Ted Lasso, I like binged it all in like a day, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, you do sort of chunk through it, don't you?
Hmm.
Oh, it's all gone. Where's my Ted gone?
Witcher 2. Yeah, I was fine with season 2. I liked it. I didn't have a big, but I could see, it was slightly different from season 1, so I could totally see. I thought I was impressed. That was the series that I was I kind of Henry Cavill he was okay to me. I was like actor wise, I seen him in a couple things that I liked him in, but I wasn't like, "Oh," and then he kind of I mean, earned my respect is a different, that's stupid, but you know what I mean? It's like up the
Yeah.
game. I was like, oh, okay, that really like, I think that's like a tough role or something in a way. And I think he kind of pulled it off, I was like, oh, okay. I just like digging the character because I didn't know about The Witcher. I mean, I knew about it, but I never like played the game or anything.
Oh, that's a shame because the game is freaking amazing.
Everyone talks about it being awesome. That's one of the
I,
ones
I do still revisit it because I haven't wholly completed it because I
yeah,
like DLCs and stuff like that.
yeah,
But when I, cause it's probably about 6, 7 years old now, I think. Um,
yeah,
and I've really enjoyed. I did hammer it quite hard playing it when it came out, and it was so different from what I would usually play. Um, I must have done hundreds upon hundreds of hours on there because there's games in the game as well. Um,
hmm,
but it's when you've played the game and then you're watching The Witcher, and some of the most popular things are
yeah.
showing
That
Easter eggs.
that would be cool. The little call outs that you know about because you played the game, that's the stuff that makes it really cool.
Yeah. So like mention if there's Yennefer and Geralt in the room, and they mention about a unicorn. Um, if you saw the scene in the game, you just go, "Oh yeah,"
Yeah.
because it
Okay,
is.
very cool. Yeah, that's the fun stuff when you're into a property and they do it right and have the little call outs and everything.
Yeah, and then also the books as well,
Oh,
which
yeah, that's what Buccaneer said. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I think I've heard of it now that it's brought it up, but I wouldn't have thought of that at all.
no. So yeah, I haven't read the books, but I know of them. But I say with
Yeah.
my reading,
Wait, did they make a game out of an old tale or was it done after a book or did the books come
I
out
was after the
after?
book. Yeah, the books have been
Okay.
out since the 20s.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, they done. It's all based from the books.
Oh, good to know. Yeah, I didn't know. I would assume it was, a lot of that stuff does come from books, but I personally did not know. Good to know.
Now you do.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I.
Yes.
Joe.
and the empire shall grow more.
Yes, it does. Buccaneero, thanks again. Yeah. God, that's such a great song.
So
Da,
we get
da, da, da. Buccaneero, thanks again for joining the Patreon. I will see you around. Shoot me any messages. I'm all over Twitter, Facebook, you name it. Hit me up
right.
anywhere you want. Lee is the same. Mechanical Frog is going to be streaming after this. If anyone wants to go out, hang out over there for a while, I'm going to probably eat some food, and I might drop by his stream just to see what's up. Lee is streaming this Saturday. What time do you stream generally, Lee?
8 p.m. GMT, which is about 3 p.m.
Yeah, yeah,
Eastern.
that's right. Three. Where I'm learning my time zone conversion to the UK really well.
Yes, or 9 p.m. Europe. Very,
Yeah.
very future.
And appreciate everyone joining us. This is a great stream, so thank you very much. I hope it's going to be a great year for everybody, or at least not suck. So that's what I'm going for. We'll go for that. And I think that covers it. Lee, anything in closing?
No. Happy New Year again to everybody, and welcome back to 2022, the year that the Artist Empire will take the world by storm.
Yes, yes, that's what we're talking about.